Hey guys, this is Apple Gamer 24/7. I'm here to give you guys today a Final Cut Pro tutorial on how to export in HD using versions 10.0.6 and 10.0.7 of Final Cut Pro. For some reason, Apple decided they wanted to change the way you export in Final Cut Pro. It's not the same process as it used to be. So I'm just going to walk you guys through the process for those new users who are trying to figure this out like I was. So first, what you want to do is you want to open up Final Cut Pro, and what you notice is that in the top menu bar, the share option is now gone. What they've done is basically they took a more iOS approach and added the share button inside Final Cut Pro. But I'll walk you guys through that in this tutorial, like I said. So what you want to do is you want to make a new timeline, but I'm gonna make a new event since I already have a new timeline. I'm just gonna call this testing one, just a random idea, but you can name it whatever you want just for you. And what we want to do is we want to import our media. And basically, Final Cut Pro, these new versions of Final Cut Pro did is basically they took the standard file browser and they just made it into a same window that you would import from a camera or from an iPad from. So basically, what you want to do is you want to navigate to any of your favorite directories that you have here. You can drag these in via the Max interface, but I won't go through that in this video. But basically, what you want to do is you want to navigate to your file. Mine's right here. I just downloaded this off the internet, and basically, you can preview this using the spacebar. You can see if this is the right file, if it's a mistake or not. You can just skip over it, but this is the only file that I have that I'm gonna use for this video. So I'm gonna hit import selection. Give it a name if you want, but I'm gonna leave mine as the default, and it's pointing to the new event we just created. So I'm gonna hit import. And it should take fairly quickly since it's a small file size, but if you guys have big videos, it might take a couple minutes or even a few hours depending on how much footage you have. So this is my footage right here, and now we're just gonna drag this into the timeline. Let me just drag this here. So drag it into the timeline and do any normal editing you normally would do, add any effects or titles, but I'm just going to leave it as is. So when you're done, you could come over here to this action button, the same type of action button that you see in iOS. You want to click it. And from now on, this would be the way you export your video. Now, by default, the export file icon isn't already here. I had to add that manually. So what you have to do to add that is you have to go to Add Destination. And this is where Apple has decided to keep any additional points that you can save. You can add things like make it a DVD, a Blu-ray, an email, YouTube, etc. But what's also good is if say you don't want to import to video, you can just drag Vimeo out, and it could, or you could highlight it and hit the minus button, and it gets rid of that, so you don't have to worry about that selection ever coming in again. So to add export file, you just click and then hit the plus button, and it brings that in right for you. But since I already have it, I don't need to do that. So what we want to do is we want to hit the share button, export file. And this is where the new export thing comes in. You get a nice little pop-up cover flow type interface right here that you can preview your movie before you export it. This movie is in 720p HD because that's why I have my project saved at. When you make a new project, make sure you change the resolution. If you want a full HD movie, make sure you change your resolution in that. If you want your resolution to always be 720p like I do because it's pretty small and the quality is just as good, make sure it's saved at that file as well. You also get some information about your audio, the time, about your movie, and the file format that's good being into, and it gives you a rough estimation of what your file size is going to be. You can add creators if you want here, and also you can give it tags to separate it out. So I'm just going to add a new tag called Final Cut Pro right here, comma, and then YouTube right here. So just add tags to make it easier on yourself. And if you go over to the settings tab, this is where it gets important. Make sure you have the video and the audio selected because you want both your audio and your video when you're making a YouTube video or when you're doing a movie. The video codec for YouTube, the what I recommend is that normally I think it's on Apple ProRes 422, but you want to change that to H.264. The resolution is going to be what your project is set at. Like I said before, if you want your project to be 720p, set your project to be at the resolution for 720p. If you want it to be 1080p, change your resolution settings in your project properties to be 1920 by 1080. QuickTime AAC format is the audio, and all this is just what it's going to do after it's done exporting. So we're going to hit next. It's going to ask us where we want to save it. I'm just going to throw it on my desktop and hit save. And what it should do is that it's, as you can see, it's not doing anything, but what's going on in the background is if you hit this little timer button right here, it brings up your sharing and render settings right here, so you can tell that it's exporting out. So I'll let you guys watch this in real time. So that's pretty much done. So what's going to happen now is that Final Cut Pro will open QuickTime, and now you can upload this to YouTube, post it on your website, do whatever it is you want to do with this video when you're done. But that's how you export your video in HD using the newest versions of Final Cut Pro. Leave me any questions down below if you have any, and I will see you guys in the next video.